All right. Welcome, Peggy. Thank you so much for being here today. Um, so, like I said, today I'm sitting with my friend Peggy. We'll talk a little bit about your mission and what you've been trying to accomplish. It's a very powerful message that you've been spreading. So I appreciate you being here today. Thank you to everybody else that's here watching. You know, the whole purpose of this show is really just to kind of spread the good word about what we as humans can all be doing differently and doing better to make the world a little bit better every day. So let's just jump right into it. Peggy, can you tell us a little bit about what you're doing? And then when you're done with that, if you were to go to the grocery store and you're going to buy tomatoes, would you go to the fruit section or the vegetable section?
Am I supposed to answer that one right now, Dan?
Either whatever order you want.
Okay, well, I consider tomatoes to be a vegetable, so I would be going to the vegetable section in produce where we have vegetables and fruit combined. So
There you go.
yeah, but Dan, thanks so much for having me on today. This is really exciting, and I really appreciate you, and I want to congratulate you on your recent accomplishments of writing the book. So congratulations. That's amazing that we are fellow authors here and that we are out changing the world. So yes, Dan, you asked me about what I've been up to, and as I said, that we're both authors now. I recently finished a book, and it is called Life After Child Loss, The Mother's Survival Guide to Cope and Find Joy. And this was all initiated after the recent loss of my son about a year and a half ago, and I felt led by God, led by my son to be able to make a difference in people's lives, because I've not only survived this tragedy once, but twice. And in between the two, I've acquired multiple tools and resources which have helped me. And I felt that if I didn't share those with the world, that I would be not doing what I was meant to do. So my purpose is to help mothers in being able to survive that loss, to process it and walk through it. We never ever get over the loss, but we do continue to live. And that's where I come from, is to walk alongside those who are in this loss journey. So I help them with that, with the book. And then there is an opportunity to work with me directly and in a coaching program for at least 8 weeks. And then we can go on and continue to work together as well. So 8 weeks of learning how to use those tools and resources that I've gained over the past 29 years.
Yeah, well, you're doing some amazing things for sure. If somebody, just in case somebody wants to try and track you down, what's the best way for somebody to reach out to you?
Oh, great question, Dan. Thank you so much. So the best way to reach me is through an email address, and that's peggy.griefrecovery@gmail.com. So peggy.griefrecovery@gmail.com, and I can answer your questions. And Dan, I wanted to tell you something too, is that because this is such an important topic, if anybody's interested in receiving a free downloadable copy, all they have to do is email me and ask for a downloadable copy, and I am more than happy to send that to them so that they too can take a look at it and learn and grow from it. So just
That's
email
great.
me for that, and I would love to share that. Or if you know somebody who would benefit from it.
Yeah, well, thank you. That's very generous of you. You know, just trying to do the right thing and spread a good message. So, so thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. So diving into it here, let's pretend you're the president of the entire world, and you've got to give a presentation to the entire human race. All right. And the speech is entitled 10 Things That We as Humans Need to Be Doing Better. What's the first item on your speech?
The first bullet point, Dan, and this was really quite easy to answer because I just see it happening all too often, is that people to be present with each other.
Nice.
And to be in the same room, at the same table, talking to each other instead of letting technology distract us. I think that the art of communication is changing, I mean, there's more texting and different sources, but I think being able to have that connection with somebody is super important. And so I think there is a time and place for the technology, but there also is a time and place for us to be able to connect and be present and actually sit and listen to what another person has to say. And I would say that that's really an important piece, even as in the grief process, and having somebody who's just willing to sit with us as we process. So being present, absolutely.
Great answer. All right, so let's pretend that you have a magic wand and you can do anything you want with it. It could be, you know, ridiculous, fun, creative, whatever you want, but it just has to make the world a better place. What would you do?
Oh, I would have people really love themselves, because I think that if we are not able to love ourselves, then we can't pay it out. It's so equivalent to that when you travel on an airplane. What does the flight attendant tell you? Is that if the oxygen mask drop, is that you need to put on your oxygen mask first, and then you can help others. And so many people think that that is so selfish to take care of ourselves first. And it's the contrary, it's the total opposite. If you can take care of yourself, then you have the strength and the tenacity and the wisdom to go on and help others. But yeah, I would say love yourself so that you can help others, and then people pick up on that energy that you have as well, and that positivity. So learning how to love yourself is so important.
Absolutely. Totally agree. All right. So individually, on more of a smaller scale, what do you think we could be doing every single day, you know, individually, just to raise the energy of the world, make the world a little bit better?
You know, Dan, I think this is all connected. And I think just even being able to show kindness and love to other people. I think that's something that we have a tendency to forget, because we don't receive that emotional response if a hurtful text is sent, or a hurtful message on social media is sent. So I think that we really need to be able to understand that that's not where we need to be. We need to be able to understand people's emotions and see that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So is there a book, a podcast, a movie, a person, anybody that you think is inspiring the world to be better, putting a good message out there, raising the energy, that you'd like to recommend to anybody that's watching?
Yeah, you know, I have been a fan of Oprah Winfrey for many years. I love her story, that, you know, how she came up from her home and how she made it into news, and then even into broadcast and owning her own network. But it's that story, but also that content which she carries within it. And so more recently, I've been listening to Oprah Winfrey's Super Soul Conversations, and where she has interviewed so many people and really gets down to learning about them. She's had presidents on there, she's had movie stars on there. And so to see and hear how these people who we've seen in the limelight but don't know the behind the scenes, is to really the trials and tribulations that they've had and what they've used in order to be able to move through and process the difficulties that they faced. And so she brings that out in her guests. It's an amazing thing. And I think the first one I have seen was in 2017. So she's been doing it for quite some time. So Oprah Winfrey has been amazing with her story and what she does.
Yeah, she's awesome. Everybody's just a person, right? No matter how famous they are, people's a people.
People are people, and they have the same struggles.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so before I let you go, I got one more mystery question for you here.
Mystery question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you
great.
rather sing in the rain or dance in the mud?
Oh boy, I think that's probably more the question of the people around me. You know, I love to sing. I sing in the car, but then dancing is one of my passions. So I would say probably more dancing in the mud caused by the rain.
Oh, there you
but
go.
but dancing in the mud, I love to do that. I
All
think
right.
it's a really good way to express yourself and have fun, get rid of some stress, and be with community and that connection and that bonding.
That's exactly
That's
right.
a fun question, Dan. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your answer. Well, thanks for joining me and being so open about everything and for everything that you're doing just to make the world a better place. You're doing some amazing things, and thank you to everybody that stuck around and watched the show here today. Remember, I'm coming for you next. Let's make the world a little bit better every single day, one conversation at a time. Thanks again, Peggy. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you, Dan.
All right. Bye.